Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the finalized track plan of the new 6 foot by 28-inch layout. In my previous video, I believe I said 30 inches wide, but the one board I have here is a 16-inch board, not like an 18-inch board I was expecting. So here we have a 16-inch board and a 12-inch board, and these boards are not connected at this time. They are separate because in the future I have to be able to, just like my other layouts, stow this one in this small room. So you can see it's not a really big room, but believe it or not, I can make all the train go away in this room, all three layouts, everything. And so what we got going on here, let me see if I can get up high here to give you a overview of the track plan. So we have the main oval circuits. So I finally have the long straightaways that I've been wanting that I don't have in my other two smaller layouts. My first layout, which I posted here on this channel, it has straights, but they're not long enough to really be satisfying. So having some straights, good long straights, was one of my main goal here, and also having a pretty interesting switching situation was also a goal. At first, like I said in my previous video, I was only going to do a switching layout, but I just had to do the outer circuit. So we have the 11-inch curves radius, so I'll be able to run anything from a GS4 to a FF3 to a Kato big boy. So I made sure not to go smaller than 11-inch on those. And here we go. Here's the switching. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, there are five turnouts here. Four turnouts. Four turnouts. So there's a turnout situation, and I gave some radius curves to the ends of these sidings just to get a bit more track real estate, being the constraints of the oval. And we worked in a small runaround here. So there's the runaround, and I have everything tested, running smoothly. So I thought I was going to need 3 power feeders, but it turns out I only need 2 power feeders to run all this. I might install a power control switch in the future. We'll see. And originally I was going to operate all these switches manually, but after running through this and operating a little bit, I've decided I am going to get a couple, about 3 more electric switches. So we're going to do that, and let me see if I can demo the switching here. I am, operations is not my strong point, and I'm just getting my head wrapped around the switching situation and how to use a runaround and all that. So give me here, let's flip the switch, that turnout, and this guy. So at the end of this siding, I did not put a block terminal on the end of it because I wanted that extra length, and I'm probably going to do an engine house over that to hide that. But on the other two, I have, block stoppers, end terminals, whatever you call them. So let's pull in as far on this guy as we can. Flip the switch. Go in reverse. Flip this other switch. And here we go. We'll flip this one forward. And there we go. Everything is operational. Everything is getting power. In the future, this, being I'm able to work with a larger track plan here, this might be a motivation sometime to get into DCC. Maybe not, because I'm not running. I don't have two separate mains. I just have one main, so I don't know how much use I would get out of actual DCC control here. But I'm sure it would make the switching a lot cooler. But for now, I think a power block switch should keep things within reason for now. So let's back out onto the main. Forward. Oh, we have a slight derailment. The coupler doesn't like this Bachmann car on the Kato engine there. We'll flip this. Flip that. All right. Back up. Back onto the main. Okay. And there we go. So, what I got planned here for the main substrate, as you've seen on my previous two desert layouts, I got pretty busy with the Arizona rock and mineral and various talus and turf and stuff to make a main substrate. But being this is going to be more of an industrial suburban, I'm not doing that just because it's, first thing I'm going to have to do is lay road. So I'm going to get a little automobile road system going on here with some styrene sheets. And then, but before I do that, before I glue down the track and all that, I have what I'm going to do for the main substrate is I found this at my local hardware store. It's a textured and a nice multicolored desert color. They're calling it desert sand. Is I can just pretty much, nuke the boards with this, and it'll give me a decent substrate to work with to lay my automobile roads over, and then do some ballasting. The prospect of ballasting all this sounds scary to me, but we will see. So we're going to spray the Rust-Oleum all over the board to give a textured substrate, and then we're going to do, I'm going to be modeling an imaginary improvised Fullerton, California here. So we're going to have oil pump jacks, various sycamore, live oak, willow trees, and I want to have a small orange grove somewhere also. And we're going to do I think it's the Walther's Santa Fe style train station to kind of, it's as good as I'm going to be able to do to try and mimic the Fullerton station a little bit. And maybe a few homes and various industrial buildings around these sidings. And that's what we're going to be doing. So thank you guys for watching this and helping me motivate me to crank out this track plan. So I'm feeling a lot better about this than I did 24 hours ago. I was really struggling with some Kato Unitrack geometry because I was using the AnyRail software, and I found a bug. There's a glitch in the software. For example, Kato Unitrack works generally in 1/16 of an inch increments with a couple even numbers here and there. There's for example, the these sections right there, that's a 2 7/16 section, and these are 2.5 inch sections. And when I had this planned out in any rail, it was saying I could use the 9 3/4 inch straights here, but it turns out my geometry was all off as far as I was just a little short, so I had to end up using the 2.5 inch, 2.5 inches here to achieve a 10 inch, an even 10 inch section, when in any rail it was showing the 9 3/4 connecting properly and working. So I'm not getting what happened with the software there. I don't know if their turnouts are off or what, but it was working out without the 2.5 inches in any rail. But so I was struggling with that for hours when I was actually clicking this thing together yesterday, till I finally figured out I had to use 4 2.5s to get a 10 inch section there. So, alright guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for an update. I'm probably going to be painting this board with that texture tomorrow. Oh, also, I'm obviously going to have to come up with a fillet or dowel system to join these boards together. The boards are going to have to come apart. The track, every time I want to stow, is going to detach at this radius, and the same on the other side, so that these two boards will be able to stand up on end in the closet for stowage. And we're also going to be putting on some I have spruce formers, which are going to go along the bottoms of the boards to stiffen them laterally, so to eliminate any flex. So we're going to beef up the anti-flex situation on the boards a little bit and get some fillets going on for this, and I think we'll be able to call it good at that point. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for an update.